Alright, as you can see, the Valks were down 21 because in the first half, I know it was disastrous. They couldn't get going, but then by the end of the third, they eventually ran it back off a 35-11 run, I believe. And a lot of it was courtesy of the bench. So I'm going to go through this big stretch, see what transpired. Early away, we're going to rescreen with Stokes. Milla, she's in a drop. Gab, she's going to come off, in and out. Eat up all that space, get to her spot, and pull two. No bucket, but there is a whistle. Is that on Cloud? Because she gets caught over. She's pursuing, rear view. And there is contact right there as she's going into her shot. Got B.O.B. What were they looking for? America's play? Might have been. We've got Ama here. He's calling for the rock. It's got to be a far catch. Two-man game. So we got uphill DHO. Sheldon, she sees it. She's opened up. She's going to go under. Rescreen. That's auto. She goes under again. Hayes going to turn a corner. Get to her strong hand. Playing 5 out. Alright, let's see. Attacking that side of 2. It's kind of awkward. Stevens. She's in the gap. You got elbow. Stunt. Force Hayes into an early pickup. Just going to high pickup. And then just lay 2. Sheldon, let me see. She's there. Tries to meet her. It's kind of a hard rotation. Good stunt from Stevens. And Hayes, she going left, right, long step. And that long step was crucial because by taking that long step, it doesn't allow JC to get back in front. She's stuck on her hip, and then she can just lay 2. That was nice. Damn. 0 of 7, and they've got a 50 clip from deep. That's crazy. Hayes. So she's in the lane, but she's stuck. So she must have drove from somewhere. Cloud cut that off. Now she's looking for an outlet. We've got Burton. She might have been in that corner. Maybe filled up. Try and give that line. Chen. Not too sure. But she's going to fill over. Give her a line. I can see JC. She's kind of ball watching. Looks to break, but she's beat. Because on that spray, Chen is just going to go and catch. Run right through that. Push dribble. Get downhill. But JC recovers. And Cloud, she actually legs her to help contain the rock because she's expecting JC to get beat. Because right here, she is out of position. But now you end up overhelping because JC does slide back in front. Now you cut that off. Now she's got a reverse pivot. Throw back to Hayes because on that drive, she just fills out to the slot. And then on this weak side, Stevens, she recognizes, uh-oh, we're in a scramble now. So she's going to rotate, Thorin. She'll make that 45 and then pin in Cardoso. And that works out because now you got Ama here. She's creeping up. You make that swing, catch, pull. Tracy. All off simple paint touches. You touch paint, fill out. You touch paint, spray. That's a great read by Thorin. Because Milla has to catch that. So now you just open up Ama here. We've got Burn pushing the rock. Chen, she's running wide. JC's going to pick the rock up. Milla's already back. So she's going to load. One dribble. High cross right to left. JC, she's backpedaling. Exposing that high right. She gets beat. But again, Milla's there. Can she get the block? No. Because Burn recognizes it. Now she's spraying strong. Bantam. She was looking for that stunt. Recognizes, no, I can't. She's stuck anyway. You break. But now you give a closeout. Chen, she catches. Again, another go and catch. I'm touching paint. But Bantam, great recovery here. Cut that off. Now she's forced to spray to Amma here. She was trailing. And now she's open because Miller had to help. Now you've got a 2-on-1 up top. Touch paint, spray. Now she's looking for a DHO. No, I'm keeping. Getting downhill in lane 2. That was a nice move. Because right here, Milla, once she stopped the rock, she's got a break. Look to retreat to hers. But now she's getting uphill. She's now out of position. But she's expecting a DHO here. So actually she's not out of position. Because if she goes DHO to Hayes, Hayes turn a corner, she's there helping over. But Amma here recognizes it. So one dribble, nope, she's off my body. I see the lane, I'm getting downhill. And Bantam could have lagged as Chen was looking to vacate and clear out. But it's kind of a hard read. And you can see Milla was not expecting that. And she's probably tired because she had to stop the rock, look to get uphill to match up, and now she's got to slide again. So starting in the third, they've cut the lead from 21 to 12. That's pretty good. And now we've got Burn pushing the rock. Cloud is communicating to Sid, pick her up. Stokes looking for the early drag. And then Burn's waving off Sandalcini. But isn't she running wide to fill the deep corner regardless? Because they want to get to their 5 out. It's that angle spacing. Now let's see. So Sid recognizes the drag. She's going to open up. Go under. Burn recognized that. Hezi, one dribble. Tween, she's going to pocket pull. Yup. So as Sid is going under, she gets clipped. No effort to get under that. And then she just gets shielded off. So Stokes, just hold her off then. Milla, of course she's going to be in a deep drop. Hezi, one dribble. Tween, set your feet. Pull from deep. Tracy. Late clock situation. There must have been an entry, right? Now I've got Zanalcini looking for a post-up against Taylor. Is this barbecue chicken? Let's see. One dribble. Cloud. Is she going to dig? No. She's kind of feigning it. And then Zanalcini. Alright, you don't want to dig. No fire. Cool. Let me gather middle. Push off. Create separation. And just pull 2 over top. Taylor. She's there. Absorbing that. Kind of on her high side too. So she's there. Goes vertical. High hands. That's a tough shot. Late clock bailout too. So Gabs is stuck here. And she actually had Thornton just wide open in that weak corner. Because Miller's pulled in. She's sitting right on that midline. Probably looking to rotate across. But she's stuck. So she could definitely skip that. Force her to close. That's a great look for Thornton. But she looks it off or just doesn't see it. She's stuck. Reverse pivot. Hit Burton. Now Miller can just retreat. You don't get that advantage. But now on that bounce, that forces Taylor to switch onto the rock. One dribble tween. All right, let me size you up. And were they picking on Sid? Because there's been many possessions where she's had to guard the rock. Let's see, 5 out. Not great because you've got heavy nail. In and out. Oh my goodness. Open her up. Get your spot. And then get to the line. Hezi. In and out. Sid bites. Uh-oh. Now she's backing off. Opens up. She's way too low. Burn eats up all that space. Gets downhill. Gets to her spot. And then Sid reaches right there. Probably didn't have to reach because shallow paint touch, pulling 2, make or miss, you probably live with that. And Vandersloot, why is she not just stun here? If you stun, that's an easy recovery, no? because Xana Lacini is not that high. She would have that spray one pass away, but you stun, recover. Azura, stunt the stunner. I think she'd be fine. But she's concerned about this because Sid gets beat bad here. She's forced to open up and she's low. So I think she could have provided some nail help here. Chen's going to push. We're going handoff guard to guard. 21. That's an easy read. Sheldon. She was going to top block. Recognize. No, we can just read that. Sloop. Same page. She was. I can see she's peeking. But now Hayes going to turn the corner towards her strong hand. But she's stuck because Salam was looking for a handoff here. Because she creeps in and then fakes in, cuts out. So it kind of becomes a weave. 1, 2. But I think had she just filled the slot, you would allow Hayes to turn the corner clean. Because now Hayes, she would beat Sloot, I can tell. If she takes a tight turn, Cloud might help at the nail, and Milla might help in or help all the way over. But then you'd have an open look. Spacing is also not great. I think she's got to be deep wing, high slot. If Cloud helps at the nail, you spray. She's catching and pulling from deep. But instead, we're going handoff. Cloud, she's denying. And that's a free stunt. She reaches. Actually pokes the rock loose. It's a 50-50. Sloop. She gets to it. But Hayes, she pokes that loose. She gets to it. One dribble. Get to the rim and she gets the whistle. Scramble situation. You can see everybody was looking to leak out. Bantam. Luckily, she's still down the floor. She helps in. But she's kind of out of position. I can see her stick making contact with her arm. That's kind of soft, though. Because Hayes smoked that bunny. Should have been an AM1. Gathers. Just didn't have enough hang time. Ame here is going to keep. So we're not going handoff. Now she's going uphill, pitch. So get the rock to Hayes, that's fine. Chen, she'll 45. Maintain spacing. She'll fill out opposite. And then Salon, she'll fill behind that. Cool. Catch. And then Ame here, just going to flip. I guess that's fine because Sloot does gamble here. So now she's out of position. You set up the ball screen. Williams in a drop. Hayes. At least you've got Hayes coming towards her weak hand. So now pocket. Hit her on the short. And then one dribble. Bantam. She sees it. She's going to tag in. Reach. But on that reach, she can't get to the rock. Somehow Ame here, she recovers it. Turn around. Williams is there. She gets uphill. Nope, and now I give the angle. Because as she's getting uphill, pump. Now I'm stepping through. And laying with the left. That was nice. Up. Nope, I see the angle. She couldn't even actually get her right leg through. This could have been an AM1, no? Because there's contact, lower half. Couldn't even get that step through. But somehow, she's able to just scoop that. That was nice. And she was doing a lot of work. It's still a 10-point game. And that's not that bad for the Sky considering how bad they've been offensively. Because they couldn't figure out the Valk zone so far. But with 3:24 to go, that's still a lot of time to try and stop the bleeding. Look at that cross. One dribble. I'm going high cross, left to right on that midline. Bantam. She's caught now. Because she's opened up, but she's not in front. You get beat. Williams, she sees it. Now she's got to help. And JC. Great awareness here. Because once she helps, you got to help the helpers. Now you got to crack. Make sure Ame here doesn't get that drop off running wide. But now she's going to spray instead because Charles was trailing. Just run down, fill the wing. Hayes, great read. Head is up, scanning the floor. You spray, and now you've got the defense flying early. JC, now she's forced to close. Sloot, she rotates. She could extra this, but she just catch and pull from deep. And that's why it's dangerous to give up an early paint touch. 4 below the break. Salon, she really wanted that swing, which I can understand because Charles, if she sees Sloot rotating, she could just spray opposite. Now it's a 7-point game, and they're going straight to their horns, and I think it was misaligned because we got Amma here, left elbow. I think Salon, she might have been right on this lane line, probably low, a couple steps above the dunker. And now, most times you want to get a misdirection, so this player would just ghost. But instead, just going to come, set the ball screen, cloud. I think she's expecting a ghost because Salon is a shooter. So she's not thinking, I got to read this. Now Bantam, she's not opened up, she's square. Now she peeks, she's forced to go under. Chen has turned the corner tight. You mess up the coverage. Hezzy, Williams, she sees it. So she's going to late switch. She's there. Chen, one hand pickup. Trying to lay, nope. She smokes it because of Williams. But then Amma here, because you got 2 on a rock. I get a free crash. Great follow. And 1 on the cleanup. Yeah, she did a lot of work. And this is hard though because she does set the ball screen. And their coverage is probably, we're squaring any ghost. So in Cloud's mind, she's probably thinking, we're staying with ours. And then Bantam gets caught. Just not ready for it at all. Because you would have that. And then you got the flare after. It's a screener. Yeah, it's difficult. So we've got an SOB. Who is Miller talking to? I can't tell. But again, in that zone, it's a fluid 3-2, 1-2-2. Clouds on the rock. You can see the high line. Now she'll pick up, she'll drop. So she'll load, nail. Amma here. She's there. Not a full white, but she's getting that 3/4. Cloud, no entry. Decides to swing 1 pass away. So now she's forced to look that off. And then Hayes, she's also denying that, sitting right on that line. She'll break, get a deflection, and then get the loose ball foul. But is this on Cloud? I don't think this is on Cloud. Because if you see Tiff, she's kind of plugging low here, but I think she's got to hold a higher line because that's easy to shoot. She's basically playing 2 here. She's sitting on that entry line and that swing line. So once she breaks, she gets a deflection. I think instead of holding that, she's got to hold high 45 so that at least when you catch, as she looks to a break, you can go and catch that. And then Miller, she'll probably vacate. You drive slot. If Charles helps off strong corner, you've got to swing to Bantam. But I think this line is just too low to hold. Because again, she's poaching that. So she's got to be high. And then she commits a foul. That sucks. Same play. So they're going straight to their horns. It's going to be that horns twist. So Salon, hip tap, ghost, flare. And now their coverage is messed up again. I can see it. Because now this time, on that hip tap, Gab, she's thinking, are we switching or are we squaring? Cloud, she's thinking because we messed up last time when we stayed square, we're going to now switch. And now you can see Gab and her, they're confused. Skip opposite. Yep. Catch, pull, Tracy. And that's why these red confusions are just hard to guard. Because Gab is opened up. She's ready for it. She's looking to switch this, but then decides against it. So I don't know what their coverage is, but they obviously messed that up. And you can see Milla. Yo, she's coming off the flare. Chen sees it. Gab, late switch, breaks late. Can't even close. They don't switch this. So Gabs chases over. Salon slips. Bantam. She gets caught high here. Because she detaches. She's in a drop. But Salon's slipping early. Right here. Pass over top. No. And Salon's jumping. Yo, just hit me. Because look at Milla. She's hugged. Why though? I guess Amma here was feeling good. She was in a rhythm. So if she's pulled in early just in case of that slip, Hayes would just skip weak corner. But she misses that pass over top. Because right here on that tween, you go one dribble, just tween. You got the rock floating in your left. Just dime that. Look at Bantam. She's beat, caught high, hugged. I think she's laying too. But you don't get her the rock. I can see coach. Yo, find her inside. All right, that's fine. You get a duck in, one dribble, gather middle, and you get to the line. You still have a height advantage. One dribble, hop, Bantam, stick. I don't know if that's a foul though. Milla decides to help in. But Milla's high hands too. I don't see any contact. That's kind of crazy. Look at Cloud. What are you looking at? Cloud's on the rock. 10 on the clock. Sheldon. Small step up. Easy red. Salon's there. She communicates to Shen. Just stay. Cool. You blow that up. Gabs. She was trying to read the flare. Catch Hayes heavy at the nail. Bantam. She could come off, but it's kind of awkward now. Milla comes across. Looks for the duck in. Can't really get it. Again, Amma here. Great fight. Not allowing Milla to play bully ball. And then Cloud. Now what? Late clock situation. She's forced to drive. Hezi, get downhill. Chen gets a free stunt. Swipes. I think that's all ball. Regardless, it forces Cloud into an early pickup. She's got a split, but now she's going off left, right, goofy, as she smokes that bad. Chen, she's there, cleans glass because you got Gabs and JC. It's a 50-50. She gets to that first. Now you got numbers. Throw ahead, 4-on-1. And this is basically what happened to this guy. Just running into late clock situations against the zone. Look at everybody in the shrink. Just heavy shell. So she misses this. Chen cleans glass. Now you got 4 leaking. Throw ahead to Salon. They can't mess this up. Easy lay. Clean run out. And now they're up 1. Now they're up 1. Same thing. Are they still in man? Not man, zone? It's very fluid right here. Everybody's denying the pass, staying at home. Gabs. Guard, step up. Easy switch. Cloud. She wants to find Milla. But look at Emma here. Again. Just constantly fighting for position. Can't get a full white. Still gets a 3/4. Forces a pass over top. And it's overthrown by Cloud. Does she have to rush this? Because Charles is not even up. She could probably turn the corner, try and beat Charles. But she wants to find Milla inside, which I can understand. Throws it into space. Also kind of butterfingers. It is a bit overthrown though, because on that catch, she's too deep. And Salon She's reading that the entire time, sitting on that lane line, ready to tilt. So even if she catches very deep somehow, she'd be stuck. You got her high side, her plugging that. It's all bad. And then JC, she tried a corner cut, but Chen, she reads a tilt, and look how she's already shifted. Now she's catching that corner cut, and then Milla being stuck. There's no way she's spraying to the weak wing. It's impossible. Because she would just be stuck there on that deep catch. Same thing. Going straight to their horns. She's going to ghost? No. So tween. They're actually going to do it on the right quad instead of midline. Tween, Gabs. She's now opened up. She's square. Now she peeks. Oh, are you going to mess up again? You are. Cloud. She's attached. But she won't stay low. Now I got 2 on a rock. 1 dribble. And as soon as Chen reads 2, immediate pass over top. Immediate slip. But Milla's reading that. Right there at the nail. She'll late switch. But Salon lays 2 over top. That is not easy. Because you got Milla riding her. But she lays that. And now they're up 3. So basically, to summarize, the zone and the coverage, which I think the Valks were doing, was reading 1 through 5. So man or zone, they were walling up. Everybody's in the gaps. They couldn't find Milla inside, the Sky that is, because of Ama here. And the Sky were either settling from deep or just playing late clock situations. Alright, now I'm going to switch over to Sid's makes because she obviously made the winner. And I think that's it. Because what else transpired? Valks went on that big run. The 4th became a game of buckets. And then Sid saved the day. Because that would have been disastrous for the Sky. And she only had 5 makes. Because I believe she's on a minutes restriction. So she had 14 on 18 minutes, which is still crazy. Why is she stuck here? Was this why the Valks couldn't score in the first half? Just sticky offense? Everybody's denying. She's stuck. Everybody's trying to flash. Gabs. She's looking for Xana Lassini. She's trying to flash. Fake out, fake in. Nope. She makes that pass over top. Easy pickings. Get you a pick 6. Lay 2. Throw in. I respect the hustle. Look for that chase down. That's difficult. That would have been a 2-man game, right? Maybe it got blown up. I can see Emma here. She's definitely pulled over early. Sandwiching this entry. Which is the right thing to do. Because if you don't tilt that, she's getting a deep catch, pass over top. She's caught high. Salon. She's also doing the right thing. Everybody's on one string. Got nail. Low man's tilting. Crackman, you're playing 2. Sitting on that dunker just in case. And now Sloop. She sees I can't make that entry. I can't find the drop off. She could skip opposite here. But Hayes being at the nail, she might be able to reach that. Because she is sitting on that line. So she looks it off. We're going to swing. Sid, she does. But everybody can retreat. Once that's blown up, everybody retreats. Cool, you blow it up. Now you got to reverse. Catch, pull. Glass 3. Wow. So just a bailout. That's deep. Look at that. On the catch. Quick seam and pull. She already knew what she wanted to do. She got off it. Got the reverse. Sees Hayes loading. Alright. As soon as I catch this, I'm pulling. Quick seam. No hezzy. Sloop's gonna push. You've got a horns. Guard. Now she's gonna slip, right? Yup. Uh-oh. And there's red confusion on the Valk's part too because I can see Hayes. She's not opened up here. She's trying to slide. Has no idea there's this step up. So she goes under 2. Burton is thinking we're switching that. And now Hayes is caught. Milla, as long as she cleans Hayes here, which she doesn't, I guess it doesn't matter because Sid's still going to pull from deep. But right here, if Milla sees them mess up the red, just pin in Hayes in this situation. Why are you even looking for a duck in here? Just pin her in, because that actually allows Hayes, even though she messes up, to still close. Luckily, it's a bit late. But she definitely should have just served that as a pin in. Now I'm just going to go through the last 2 minutes because they just went bucket for bucket. It's probably worth looking through. Who is Hayes pointing to? I think she's telling Burton to attack. Because there was a lot of space here. Big gap. Milla. She's high man, which kind of sucks, but Stevens is low man. 5 out. Burton. Tween. Nope. And I think Sloot is intentionally gapping her. Because she wants to give herself a cushion to absorb that drive. But let's see. You look it off. Cloud's trying to deny. Nope. Pitch. Easy point switch. Now Sloot's on the rock. Hezzy. I'm getting to my strong hand. Back down. Quick bark. And lay 2 over top. And this is what Hayes wanted Burton to do. Just bully her. Get downhill. If she's going to gap you, eat up all that space. Elbow entry to Milla. Looking for a low split, and they are. Alright, so we've got Sloot. Pin for Cloud. She looks to curl off, but easy switch for Chen and Hayes because Chen, she's attached. She escorts Sloot to Hayes. Now you catch the curl. Alright, so you blow that up. Cool, there's nothing. Now Sloot. She's got to come get the rock. You get the handoff, but Hayes goes under. What is going on this weak side? Stevens. She's ready. Ready, set, go. And now she'll make that 45 as she sees Sloot coming off. Because now you take away nail help. I could see Salon. She quickly 2 9s because she knows I got to be there at the nail in case Sloot turns a corner. Steven knows it, so she'll take away the nail. I'm making that 45. Sid fills behind. That's cool. Maintain spacing. But off this handoff, could Sloot just not turn a corner here? Because if she turns tight, I think she beats Hayes. Because Hayes, she's there. She goes under. But right here, I think she's out of position. I think if she just turns tight, she might get downhill, exploit that double gap. But she's not even looking towards the lane. All she's thinking is, I got to get Sid the rock. Which is fine too. Because off this 45, Burton, she's sitting at the lane line just in case Salon has to help at the nail. She can catch that 45. But now once she recognizes, no, you break, so stay with yours. Now she can just follow Sid as she's filling behind Stevens. Cool. I still think she had this though. You get downhill, Salon. If she lags, Stevens, she's flashing in front of the rim. Probably right inside that charge circle, pass over top. If Burton peels, swing to Sid in the corner. Alright, this is fine though. Definitely design play. Get Sid the rock. So 45, you fill behind. And now, as Burton looks to break, catch, I'm ripping the side, getting base, Salon, she'll lag, sidestep, tough too. So really tough too. Catch, rip, 1, 2, sidestep. Look at the separation. Hard plant with the left. I'm sidestepping. Salon, she sees it transpiring. She'll just lag. You got 2 decent flyby by Burton. That's a very difficult shot. And then Milla tap out. Tied game. Was there an entry here? Must have been right. Guard. Hayes. What is she looking for? Because she fakes in, pushes off, cuts back out. But nope, not that. We're going guard, guard. Cloud. She's trying to read it. Sloop. She's sitting on the ball screen. Burn reads it. All right, I'm just going to reject. High cross, right to left. Sloop slides with her. Uh-oh. And then Azura. Good rotation. Because one dribble, Sloop. All right, if you want to hug that, I'm going right to left. She reads it. Rotates over. And that's a great slide by Sloop. She's there. Looks to be beat. She reaches. Doesn't get the rock. But she forces an early pickup. And now Burns forced to go left, right. Try and go off the goofy. And this is not bad because at least by going with that inside leg, it still cuts off Sloop's ability to get back in front. So now she's stuck on Burns' high side. But then Stevens, she's reading it the entire time. Rotates over and gets the block. Could Salon corner cut here? I think it would still be a difficult angle. But let's say she does. Flashes dunker. There might be that line right there for Burn to see. Bounce. She's lane 2. Because Camilla, she's seeker. She's got to play 2. And I think it's kind of easy for her to play 2 in this situation. Just because she'll shift low. And she's ready to catch that first pass. Emma here. She's pointing, yo, hit the corner. She realized, all right, I'm just going to make that 45, but everything's kind of late. At least they retain possession. And what are they going for? So they're going to fly in the defense. Double corn. Double lane line. And then, so they're looking to flash. She's in a full sprint. And now they're looking to get him. So kind of these double ups. Now Chen, she's coming off. Nothing, nothing. Stevens, I think she switched that. Yeah, she does. Because Sid, she was going to cheat. Gets caught on it, but that's fine. You're going to someone's low side. You blow it up. Now what? Uh-oh. And then Chen on the strong side. Cloud goes under. They blow that up. Hayes, oh, I've got nothing. So then Chen recognized it. All right, I got to make myself available. Calls for the rock. It's a far catch on that flash. Retreat dribble. Logo. Cross, size up. Let me hezzy pull from deep. Really? That's how she was feeling? A logo pull? Bailout situation with 1:14 to go? I'm going right to left. Little hezzy. Cloud is there. It's a discipline contest. You live with that. What can you do? That's a ridiculous pull. Now it's time for this guy to execute. Going straight to their horns. Wing entry. Hayes. She can go under. Meet her. Reverse pivot. Now we're flowing into a ball screen. Sloop clears. Let me see Hayes. You can see she's not opened up. Now she gets clipped on that. Cloud has turned the corner tight. Amma here. I think you've got to switch this. Late veer. Yup. But flyby. And you get a block. Amma here. I think she's fine to just veer this because Milla's rolling on a side of 2. So you can have that high and low tag. So there's going to be help for the helper. You just got to make sure you contain the rock. And she obviously gets a stop here. Cloud, she sees it. One dribble. Hop. Pump. Let you fly by. Which does happen. Then resurface. But Hayes. That rear view pursuit. She's there. Cloud doesn't realize it. And that's a great block on her blind side. But it's a foul, wow. Yeah, it does make sense because as soon as Amahir bites on that pump, leaves her feet, as long as Cloud initiates contact, she's going to get the whistle. Now it's time for the Velks, and they're going straight to Chen. Does she just literally flash for the rock? Where did she start? It looked to be guard to guard, but nope. She wants to rock, and you can see the trust they have in Chen. And I would go to her too, just because of the logo pull she just had. And she's attacking Sloop. So as long as you maintain spacing, she should fry. 3 side, shooter, strong corner. Sloop. Of course she's going to gap Shen because, you know, Chen looks to get downhill. 1 dribble, let me size you up. Hezi. I'm turning corner. Milla's there, but Chen just lays 2 over 2. Hezi. Right down the slot. And I can see Sloop. She's square, but she's exposing that high left. Right here. So she's now opened up. Chen attacks that. Now she's forced to open up, try and slide. She's beat. Milla. You can see Cloud communicating. That's your rotation. She's already in the lane. And you know Chen wants to drive right. So she rotates over. She's kind of late though. Is she? Because Chen's pickup is kind of early. So she kind of beats both of them to the spot. She's kind of low here. Can't really leave the ground. And Chen, I've seen her do this before. It's the high pickup. And then she's hooking that. It's a running hook. Look at the soft touch. They knew what was going to happen. They couldn't stop it. Now the Velks are up 3. We're going bucket for bucket. Azura. I can see Hayes is matched up with her. So they're going to red that, right? They are. Hold on. Got 1, 2, double big. The Velks. I guess Salon could be a big. She's more of a wing, but that's a fine switch. It's like size enough. Hayes, she'll red up. Alright, you stop the rock. So off this ball screen, we've got to screen the screener. And now Sid, she's going to set this rip for Stevens. Whoa. Salon, she's on Stevens' low side. Fighting through that, you get nothing. Burton, she's there. She sees that Hayes was looking to go under 4. Because Cloud is turning a corner down the side. Alright, I gotta late switch that. Now you stop the rock. You pull the chair. Oh my goodness. Because you can see Cloud. She's dipping her shoulder. Looking to initiate contact. Burton. Nope, I'm pulling the chair. Evades a foul. That's crazy. And now she's losing control. What's happening? Oh, we've got a hammer. So it was a hammer this entire time. This is kind of... Ball screen, rip. Basically a Spain here. Gets redded. You lay red at the same time. Was this by design? There's no way they were looking to get a hammer for Sloot, right? Drift corner, spray, catch and pull from deep? There's no way. But you can see Chen. She's hugged, but she's ball watching crazy. Uh-oh, now she looks to break. Gets caught on that hammer. Emma here. At least she's low. She's reading it. She breaks. Get a deflection. But on that deflection, it's a 50-50. Falls right back to Cloud. Chen. Because she's in overreaction mode. She looks to deny. And now she's caught low. And now Sloop. She'll lift back up again. Catch. Uh-oh. And then on that pitch, interference. Fly by. Nope, we're swinging. Because Sid. Yeah, scramble situation. Look at the Velks. Everybody's in the paint. Collapse. Sid. Yo, swing it. Reverse that. Catch. Seam. Tracy. So after the Spain, Burton had to switch onto the rock. Sid just pops out. Hayes, she loses sight of her. Because she's just ball watching. Because that's her assignment. And now she's at the nail. Has no idea where Sid is. She was actually looking to crash. Because right here on that pitch, She's expecting Sloot to pull that. So she's thinking, I'm cleaning glass. Nope, they're reversing it. And then Milla, she'll just dive. And I like that. Because on this dive, she gets a hit. That serves as a pin in. Kind of pins too. Because Burton, she was actually going to rotate out, but she's way too low. And then Amma here. Uh-oh. Nobody can rotate out. I've got to. But you're way too late. Same thing as before. We're going 5 out. Right slot. Chen on the rock. We're going to fry Sloot. And Milla, again, she's reading it. She's already pulled in the lane. Looking to help. Sloot. I can see Sloot. She's square. Gapping her. And she should be sitting on that right, no? Because if you sit on that right hand, force her towards that weak hand, you've got nail help. And then you've got a high end low man. Let's see, Hezi. At least you cut that off. Snatch. Now she's looking to drive. Sid. She's there. Let me stunt. Looks for the swipe. Doesn't get a strip. But it does force an early pickup. Chen's forced a tuck to split that. And now on this pickup, she's not even square with the rim. She's got to contort in air. Sloot. She can get back in front. Float going across her body. And she airs that. And even if she does go right, let's say she drives this slot, I think Milla, she's more ready. She's already middle of the lane. But this is what you should do. You get that free stunt, trust the nail, and she's got a square in air. That's difficult. Going across her body, trying to float over top. I think this was off a reset timeout, if I'm not mistaken, right? Just to advance the rock. And they knew exactly what they wanted to get to. Both teams knew. For the Velks, we want the rock in Chen's hands. For the Sky, we want the rock in Sid's hands. And look at everybody get up. This is crazy, the level of trust. And she wants this moment too. Everybody, boxes and elbows. Look at that. Everybody's just upping their line, making sure to be in the gaps heavy. Sid sees it. One dribble, tween. Let me size up Burton. I think right now, she's already made her mind up. 5-8 on the clock, I think she's checking. Everybody's in the gaps. If she tries to punch one of them, I don't think she's getting to the rim. And that's why she just sizes up. I'm going for this pull. Worst case scenario, we're going to OT. And now she's going with that James. Tween, 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 tween. Hezi, let me rock you right to left. Pull from deep. And just Tracy. Because if you're going to go 5 out, it is difficult. Because again, everybody's just heavy shell. So this was probably the best look she can get. And Burton gets a great contest. Maybe not great, but she's disciplined. She doesn't really bite on that right to left. You can see stick. It's aligned with the shooting, so she's mirroring. You just got to live with that. Make her miss. What can you do? And now the Velks have one last chance to tie it. And they've got 0.6. That's more than enough time to catch and pull. What is the call here? Because we've got Burton. She's looking to clear out. Phil strong corner. I wonder if Salon looked to set across here. Elevator for Salon. So wonder if it was a cross for Burton. Obviously that's all fluff. You just want to get her to that strong side. And then Salon. She might have U-turned. Now you got an elevator. Cloud. She sees it. Tries a point switch. Nobody does. No way you leave her open like that. Catch, pull. Air. That's a great look for Salon. And that's a great pass too. Cloud is trying to point switch this. Which I can understand because here, Stevens, you switch out. And then she could just catch Stokes. Or follow Stokes. Because it doesn't matter. You just want to switch out. So Cloud is trying to communicate a point switch. Steven sees it, tries to get through the elevator instead of just going over that. Why would you try to squeeze through? No way. And then Cloud, they just have to accept that. This is a great look. And they've actually got Miller on the rock. High hands, jumping jacks, trying to trace the rock, make it a very difficult. Damn. Hayes damn near fumbles the rock because she was going to whip this. Sees Miller. And that length, she damn near loses the rock. And then she has to wait. That might have actually got deflected. Because she was going to make the pass. Gets both hands on it. Still has high hands up. And as she sprays that, I think it gets deflected. But it still works out. Actually, it's not the best pass, but yeah, it definitely got deflected because it's kind of behind her. But she can reach for it. Immediately look to pull. That's a great look. And Stevens, I think she kind of messed that up. But luckily Miller, the length. I can see Miller. She's actually calling. Yo, she's stepping over. But I think she released the rock before that. So she's good. That's a great play call. Screen to screener, elevator. Damn. And one thing I will say, I respect the coach for letting the bench just play the entire second half. Because their starting five weren't getting it done. The comeback was because of the bench. And most coaches, once their bench run it back, they might sub their starters in to close the game. But she trusted them.